All right, welcome back to the channel. My name is Coach Jordan Hargrave. Today we're going to be talking about 3 reasons that depersonalization realization makes your past feel fake. I wasn't planning on having my cat Daisy in the video, but she just jumped up in the chair right before, so she'll be making a special cameo appearance later. That was a joke. But anyway, I'm going to read you a quote from a study that I just got done reading. And this study was probably one of the best that I've ever heard on depersonalization realization. This doctor looked at over 1,000 DPDR sufferers. And so the sample size is really important when you're looking at a study. And she wrote in this study, DPDR patients describe feeling detached from personal memories and life events as though they happened to someone else. Now I'm going to read 3 comments from you guys where you have described this experience of feeling detached from your past memories. So one person said, lately, when I try to remember something from my childhood or even last week, it feels like I'm watching a movie someone else lived. I know it happened, but there's zero emotional connection to it. It's like my life has been stripped of meaning and turned into a story I read in a book. This other comment says, is it normal for my memories to feel made up with DPDR? Every time I think back on moments with my family or old friends, they feel distant and wrong, like I fabricated them or they happened in a dream. It's terrifying. I keep asking myself if I've lost my mind. And the third comment, this person says, I'll look at photos of myself from high school and I can't even believe that it's me. I remember being there, but something about it feels off. I hear this all the time for my clients, like it wasn't real or like I'm trying to remember a fake life someone else told me about. It's so unsettling and makes me question everything. So if you've experienced that, let me know in the comments below. I definitely know that this is something that I experienced whenever I went through the symptoms. I would look at my friends and family and they literally felt like strangers. It was like the history that I had with them just didn't exist anymore. And it was like I was looking at their physical appearance, but divorced of that history, it made it appear as if they were strangers, but yet I also kind of knew them. I knew their physical appearance, but I didn't have that history. It was very, very, very bizarre and weird. Let me know in the comments below if you've experienced this, just so people can understand how common that this is. So now let's talk about the neuroscience of why this happens. So number one, whenever your body is in a state of traumatic stress, which is what triggers depersonalization realization, there's all kinds of changes in our brain. So the very first thing that happens is there's actually overactivity in the prefrontal cortex. I'm going to read this to you. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for higher cognitive functions and emotional regulation, becomes overactive during DPDR in a state of traumatic stress. DPDR are trauma coping mechanisms. They show up to dissociate you because you're so overwhelmed by stress, in particular a state of traumatic stress, to the point that your brain thinks that you're being eaten by a lion. So they're there to disconnect you from your body in the material world. This heightened activity suppresses emotional responses, leading to a sense of detachment from personal experiences. The next is there is underactivity in the amygdala. The amygdala, which processes emotions, shows reduced activities in individuals with depersonalization realization. This underactivity contributes to emotional numbness, making personal memories feel distant and unreliable. And lastly, there are changes in your hippocampus. So, the hippocampus, essential for memory formation and retrieval, may undergo structural changes in those with depersonalization realization. These alterations can disrupt the integration of emotions with memories, causing a disconnection from one's personal history. In other words, you have the memory, but you don't have the emotional connection to it, because that's part of what the hippocampus does, is connect those memories with emotional experiences. So if this is what you're experiencing, the good news is this is something that is fixable, but we have to get your body out of this state of traumatic stress. It is not something that happens overnight, but I was able to do it. I've been working with clients for the last 7 years to help them as well. The purpose of this channel is for education, is for awareness, to build hope in you. But if you're looking for recovery, I would love to take a look at your situation. I've created a free 5 shifts masterclass, whether you work with me or not. But at the end of the masterclass, we would love to consider working with you to help you knock out these symptoms. There is a link below. Click like if this helped you, comment something, subscribe, and I will talk to you real soon.